Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm going to jump straight into this. My name is Legend, obviously. This is your very first time seeing my face on YouTube. And it's also my very first vlog. So with that, I'm going to be bringing a little bit about myself, my decision to join Team Dare, and why you guys should never give up on your hopes and dreams. A little bit about myself, I've always been a game battles player in Call of Duties. In Call of Duty 4, I played Hardcore Search and Destroy, and when I played Hardcore Search and Destroy, I played Team Leader and Team Doubles. For Team Leader, we actually had a really good record, and I only played with my team, my friends from school, and we actually had a pretty good record. Like, we were like 120 and something and like 15, and we played, we were always on top within like the top 10, top 15, and we never, every single time we disbanded, we always got straight back up to the top, which was, I mean, we're actually really good at it. And for doubles, me and my friend Kurt, we got to the playoffs a few times just by playing Hardcore Search and Destroy, and our best record was like 180 and like 3. So I mean, Hardcore Search came pretty easy to me, and I've always been a Search star. So I mean, even in Black Ops 2 now, I'm pretty good at Search. In World at War, I actually kind of moved away from GB a little bit, and I actually moved into competitive headquarters. A little bit about that, it's actually, we played at 66, anything goes, kill streaks. And honestly, like, nothing was banned. Everybody just had their own clan, their own team. But, honestly, it was the funnest thing ever. It was a huge pub thing, and there was probably at least well over 40 to 50 teams just going at it 66. So 12 people in the lobby, people dropping dogs, artillery strikes, radars. And it might seem like wow, that's just a pub thing. It might not even sound that fun, but it was so competitive for like young players like myself back in the day. Like, I was only like 15 at the time when I was playing it. And it was just so fun to have everybody like be so competitive, and it was just all about bragging rights too. And you know how everybody is, like, they brag around even like in a pickup game, like on like a basketball, like, oh man, I just wrecked your shit, and that's how it was. It was just all shit talking, and it was just the funniest thing in the world. And in MW2, I was also a GB star back then, and again, I moved on to just straight TDM and Team Leader. I was with Saw X at the time. If you guys were in the MW2 and TDM stars, you might have heard of them. We had actually a pretty decent record. We were like 115 and, I don't know, maybe like 10 or like 20 or something like that. And we were, at one point in time, we were like 33-0, which is when we started off, I think it was in the winter season. We were like 33-0, and we actually had a good record. We ended up going into the playoffs, and we got knocked out into like the third round, or I forgot what team it was. I think it might have been Optic, actually. But we got knocked out by them, and then after we got knocked out in the playoffs, I was like, I don't want to do TDM anymore. I want to move on to Variant, and that's what my decision was, and that's what happened when I moved on to Black Ops 1. I did play Headquarters again in Black Ops 1 because the community was still around, but I wasn't really into it as much as I was into Variant, and I was actually, when the competition playlist came out, I was just grinding that and playing it for at least a good month, and actually ran into Primetime, which a lot of you guys actually might know. I ran into him, I played against him on a CTF firing range game, and I dropped like a 48 bomb on him, and I asked him hey, do you play GB? Because I played against him, and I saw like his skill, and I asked him if he'd play GB, and he said yeah, and they had a team override ladder going on, which they actually went into the playoffs with, and then they actually had a team leader team, and he invited me to, but it was kind of stupid because as soon as I got invited to Primetime's team, and my Xbox broke, I got the Red Rings of Death, and I couldn't really play after that for about like a good month, and when I came back, I joined their team again, played, but it was with a completely different roster. It was with Toonami, Ace, and Primetime along with myself, and we were grinding GB, and we played against Envious, and kind of fun because we actually beat them, and it was like, we played CTF on Summit, and then 2 Domination on Summit, and then Domination on Havana. We beat them. We lost the Summits, but we did beat them on the Havana. I don't know, it was a pretty big accomplishment for me, because back then nobody knew who I was, and I kind of hyped myself up over it. But that's all it was for Black Ops 1. And MW3, I didn't like the Variant playstyle in MW3. Like, I don't know, I just liked the game as much as I did, and I went back into Headquarters again. I played 66 Headquarters throughout the entire game. I made my own team back then. It was Vex, actually, which is my YouTube channel, Vex Legend. And in Vex, we literally were the best headquarters team for about 7 months. We went undefeated without dropping a scrim or even losing a tournament. Like, there's a website called codgaming.org which held tournaments for headquarters, and we won 3 straight in a row. And then the one that we didn't participate in, we got bagged on because they were saying like, oh, like Vex has dropped out, they're not playing anymore. And I was like, oh, whatever, like I'm moving on. And Black Ops 2, this is honestly the first game I've actually really committed to my to competitive. And in the beginning of the game, I literally only had 10 followers on Twitter, and so nobody knew who I was. So I mean, and that's why it made me want to grind the game. It made me want to prove myself to people. And here I am now on Team Dare, which is, I'm going to go into the next subject, which is my decision to join them. It was at first I was with Eclipse right after Anaheim. I was in the works with Invoke and Glory. But then I got a text from Wolf yesterday about like around like 4 o'clock my time, and he's like, you want to run with Dare? And I was blown away by the question. I was like, wait, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I've been talking you up to Folsom and Sham, like saying like you're one of the best players I've ever played with and I've ever seen play. And like I told him that you're going off in Anaheim, and I was looking on Twitter and I saw Folsom tweet about like who's Legend, and he tweeted to Too Quick and Ego and asking him who I was, because apparently Wolf told him that they knew about me, and they got Folsom got the confirmation from him that I was a good player. And so when I got home, like 3 hours later from eating dinner with my family, got on, the first game that we played against was Denial, and then the first game I dropped a 40 bomb, and Folsom was like, this kid's the truth. And I honestly, when he said that, I couldn't have been any happier. Like, I'm like, okay, this is my shot, this is my time to shine. And I was just excited to keep playing with them. And then during that series with Denial, we beat them all 4 hard points. And I saw Sham tweet out, he's like, we just won 4 hard points in a row. Like, is this real life? It was just all so surreal, and I loved every single moment of it. But my decision to switch from Eclipse to Dare was just a bigger and better opportunity. I missed out on my first opportunity when I was with Clockwork. When I was on Clockwork, I played against Ego, and obviously you guys all know him from Icons. He sent me a tweet, and he was asking me if I ran Anchor, and I told him that, no, I don't. And he's like, well, you should try it out for my team. And I was like, you know what, I'm loyal to my team, and I don't like sketching on people, and it's just not what I do. And look at where he went now. He's top 8. He placed top 8 at Anaheim, and when he did that, it put salt in my wound. It really did, and I was really salty when he placed top 8, because you never know, that could have been me there. And when I got that offer from Dare, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to miss out another opportunity like this. So I jumped on board with him. It's nothing against Eclipse personally. Like, Joey, I would like to believe he's a good friend of mine, and I don't want to take anything away from him. They're all good players. I just hopped on board with a better opportunity, and things are really looking bright right now. I mean, like I said earlier, like in the beginning of the game, I had 10 followers in this game. Nobody knew who I was. From December to April, I was a free agent for 5 months. 5 months. Not a lot of people can say that they were a free agent for 5 months and on a struggle trying to find a team. And it was honestly so disheartening for the longest time. Like, I couldn't find a team. Like, every single team I ran with, like, we would say like, oh yeah, we're teaming, then a week later that would break up. And I really didn't even consider them teams because nothing was official, and I don't know, it was just the 5-month struggle. It was so real. Like, I couldn't believe that 5 months that I was a free agent, and in the beginning of the game I had 10 to 15 followers, and now I'm on Team Dare with 400 something followers. Even though it's still nothing, it's a big accomplishment for me and from where I started from. So I mean, if you're really in the game and you're feeling down about yourself, never give up, because you never know where you can land yourself. Honestly, like, when you give up, you give up on yourself, and never quit, because you never know where you're going to land yourself. And it's just, because, I mean, look at a lot of people now, Miracles, look at him winning $1 million tournament, and he also won 4 events in a row, and never went to an MLG event, and then he wins 4 in a row. I mean, he never gave up, and he showed what he can do. He never gave up on his dreams, and that's why I've been living by a quote lately: play out your dreams, they can become a reality. And lately, my dreams have been coming a reality. You know, since the decision yesterday, I want to thank all you guys for my support and my decision. Even though some of you might not agree with my decision, I know a lot of you do, and I can't thank you guys enough. I want to give a few shout-outs out to Zero. You're my boy. Honestly, I'm glad to meet you. You're the most down-to-earth person I've ever met so far in this game. Lux and Faceno, you're obviously part of the trio, and I can't thank you guys enough for pushing me towards a dare offer. Invoke, I mean, I'm sorry that I left you guys in Eclipse, and it's nothing personal, man. I hope we can remain friends, and I hope the best for Eclipse Gaming and you and Sin. Sin, obviously, you know, we've known each other since the beginning of the game. You started from the bottom just like me, and now look where we are. We're not at the top, but we're getting close to it, and I seriously love the come-up that we've been going on with each other. I want to give a shout-out to Team Dare for letting us on board. Shout-out to Wolf for giving me the offer. Sham and Folsom, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity for letting me onto the team. Follow Team Dare on Twitter at The Dare Rising for updates and more stuff on YouTube. Obviously, Dare is a sniping team, but follow us, and we're going to be coming out with more stuff on competitive scene. I hope you guys like my very first vlog. I know it was a pretty long one, but I felt like I needed to get it done. If you guys like the video, subscribe it and like it, because I'll be coming out with a lot more videos, more gameplay, and more commentary. So this is my very first vlog, so I hope you guys follow me and continue supporting me. Thanks, you guys.